Chapter 4 of Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. The Christmas Eve market was a Mercer tradition. Every year, vendors held a market at the Legion offering last-minute holiday ideas for shoppers who procrastinated. Usually the mail was slow to ship gifts or the highway too lethal to make it to the city for shopping. This market helped to support local businesses and turned into a celebratory gathering. As I walked back to the store to finish a birthday arrangement, Brian, from the local hardware store, was in front of the Legion trying to, comically, untangle a string of multicolored lights. I looked behind poor Brian and took a minute to soak in the setup of the market. Outside the Legion, there was a courtyard made mostly of cedar shrubs and an arched birch walkway where white lights glistened in the snow. I saw the hook where my mistletoe would be placed when I brought it to the night market. It was the perfect photo op for lovers to have a Christmas kiss. I smiled, thinking about how great the market would be. I shifted my gaze and resumed watching Brian for a minute as he tried to untangle the string like a Rubik's Cube, only for him to realize he'd made the mess worse. His moment of frustration quickly dissipated when he looked up to see me watching him. "Afternoon, Dana," he called out. His smile stretched from ear to ear. Truthfully, I tried to sneak into the shop without notice because when Brian saw you, you had a hard time leaving. "Oh, hey, Brian." I pressed my hands against my scarf as I tried to decide what little lie I needed to tell to get myself out of the situation. Brian dropped the hot mess of lights and trudged through the snow towards me. The swish of his snow pants grew louder the closer he got. Instantly, I knew I was in for a long one. Once he reached me, Brian droned on about the business at the hardware store and the number of power tools being ordered for the holidays, mostly as gifts. Like the indiscreet elf he was, Brian shared who was getting what as gifts. For some reason, he thought I'd care. I tried my best to smile and nod, but all I could think about was the letter. "So are you coming to the market? These damn lights are giving me trouble." He looked back at the knot of bulbs and wires. Yeah, I'm making the mistletoe." I looked over at the storefront and tried to decide if I could make a run for it and break. "Hoping someone will give you a Christmas kiss," he jested. I hoped. I drowned him out as I tried to create a mental list of secret admirers, suspects to strike off my list. "If you're lucky, maybe I could help you out with that one." "Perhaps," I said, half listening. "Cool. Maybe I could take you out for a drink tonight. We could practice." He didn't get the chance to finish that sentence before I cut him off. I think I'm busy tonight. Maybe another time." I started to make my way back to my shop. I had invested enough time in Brian, and I certainly would need to make plans to avoid him for the next week. "If you change your mind, let me know," he called after me. Maybe he thought because I took the time to listen to him, it was an invitation for romance. "Sorry, Brian, but no thanks." With him, it would be too much talking and not enough action. I slammed the shop door shut. The bell rang in my ears. I felt the warmth of the shop lightly sting my cheeks, as if the store was scolding me for being such an idiot. I had to shake this letter business from my mind. It was just a nice letter, nothing more. There's no one who would want to have anything to do with me. I had purposely shut myself off from society, Mercer society, and I did my own thing. "Get over it, Dana. Move on," I tried to tell myself. Obsessing over a silly letter was the last thing I needed right now. I felt a vibration in my pocket. I reached down and pulled out the silver phone out of my pocket. I had an alert for 3 new orders to process before Christmas Day. I had better get to work. For the rest of the day, I tried to get my secret admirer out of my head. Marnie didn't know who it was, and her coffee shop was the busiest place in town. I couldn't just stop thinking about this. This secret letter was eating me alive. I paused as I finished closing the till at the end of the day. The best detective in town wasn't at the coffee shop. Not everyone went there. Our local mail carrier, however, would have all the town info, and luckily, I had a direct connection to her.